What's going on, guys? It is I, once again, some Joe Schmo here, and welcome to day 11 of our 12 days of Hallschlock Christmas. Guys, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am. We are one day away from the last day of watching these terrible, terrible movies, guys. And before we get into this video, once again, I'm gonna go ahead and bombard you with that. Slamming the like, hitting subscribe, doing the whole thing. Now is the season for giving. And if you could just give me a little bit more support throughout these next 2 days, I would really appreciate it. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this number one movie for today. We're talking about the Candace Cameron special, Switched for Christmas. Have no fear, because we're giving you the double special here in this movie, because Candace Cameron does indeed play twins. I guess she just, thought that she could do what Mary-Kate and Ashley did, but only better. I mean, come on, let's be real though. Like, one actor playing twins, like, double the pleasure, double the role. It's like, how pretentious do you have to be to play twins? It's kind. Anyway, let's talk about this movie. Candace Cameron plays both Kate and Chris Dixon, twins who pretty much live different lives all around. We have, I believe it's Kate plays that more corporate role, that big city type of girl, following just, that career path, while Chris does more of that whole simple life, having children, went through a marriage, is now divorced. And let me go ahead and just say, I probably might mess up these names interchangeably because, as the name would imply, they do switch for Christmas. So it's gonna be kind of confusing about who's who, so just stick with me here. Long story short, Kate and Chris's mother recently passed away about a year ago, so the dad makes it his mission to bring them together for Christmas.
Hi.
Hi.
I thought it was going to just be the two of us. And hi to you too.
Now, because of how different their lives are, Kate and Chris are kind of estranged to a certain extent. They really don't talk as much.
I saw something that reminded me of a promise you both made your mother.
So, welcome to Christmas Sister Brunch.
During this whole Christmas lunch episode that they have, they kind of start talking shit on each other's, paths. Like, oh, okay, you did all this, and hey, Chris, you're just, I could do your job easily. This kind of then sparks this idea of,
I wish I was doing your party. Then at least I could coast. Try planning a party for stuffy real estate developers. Easy. Really? Really?
Really?
because it's a stressful time of the year for them. Kate, I believe, has to plan this like big Christmas party, and she's not really Christmas-y. And then we have Chris has to plan this whole Christmas festival, which Kate is like, easy peasy. They kind of switch lives and, go down this wacky, crazy adventure. We do get a little bit of what I thought at the time was a little bit of a throwaway line that,
oh, come on. We haven't done that since the infamous Tom Kinder fiasco.
So, Kate then takes over for Chris. Chris then takes over for Kate. So now we're gonna have to swap these roles. I don't know how I'm gonna explain this and actually get the story through to you, but we're just gonna go ahead and say Chris, homebody, stumbles into businessman, and they kind of have a little bit of a spark, a little bit of chemistry going on. I guess because he's helping her to do the whole Christmas party kind of shindig, the way she kind of goes about her nerdiness and the way she does like Christmas boards and all this, it kind of was like,
Hey, a dream board, cool.
hey, that's cool, Christmas boards and blah, 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 it's so cool. And she kind of has a little bit more of that Christmas spirit, that cheerfulness that goes along with the holiday. We need to talk about the kids of this movie really quickly because they're little shits, dude. I mean...
Can I have a glass of milk?
So, your father, he's
Strawberry yogurt, please. Oh, that's 2%. I need a spoon.
Let me just say, if this was a Latino family, that chocolate would be out in a matter of seconds. Don't sassafras your mother. The daughter in this movie looks so similar to like a young Brie Larson. I had to look it up. It's not Brie Larson, but she just, it's uncanny, man. So now Kate, the, office type, is now at home, trying to trick the kids. It's, discovered that the kids knew about this the whole time and this and that. So, her cover gets blown by the kids, but then she goes obviously to the school. Kate is then introduced to a guy that basically made a big donation to the school and has a kid that is now attending said school. And we do figure out that this guy was a crush that Kate used to have from way back in the day, and apparently they were supposed to go on like this skating date that he never showed up to, so there's a little bit of resentment there between her and this individual. But because she's playing Chris, she can't really know too much about what happened. Anyway, we have then both Chris and Kate then, what happens? They end up, of course, falling in love with each respected guy that they meet. Chris playing Kate with a corporate guy, and then Kate playing Chris with the old ex of Kate guy. Are you guys following any of this at this point? And you know, we get to this moment in time where each of them are planning out each other's respected parties, right? We have Kate playing Chris, planning out the whole town party, with Chris, who's playing Kate, planning out the office party. Both of the parties at this point there's a little bit of concern on each side because each of them are kind of going in their own personalized, I guess, routes as far as how they would do a party. And so each of their leaders of each of those parties are kind of a little paranoid about, is this going to be good or not? Each of them are kind of falling for each other, and they're guys. They eventually both have their parties, right? And they're at the party. Businessman, of course, he makes a move on her.
I like this so much better.
This. Look, Greg, I have to tell.
But because she feels a little bit bad about the role she's playing in this whole thing, she runs from it and goes to the holiday shindig that her sister's currently throwing back in the, you know, little town. While over there, we find out that
You didn't show up.
Oh, I did. And found her kissing another guy.
Blake Dixon, that's why you didn't show up.
Kate, who's playing Chris, is then talking to, you know, old fling kind of guy, right? We find out that the old fling guy, he didn't really stand her up from back in the day. We find out that because they did the switcheroony, the original time that they mentioned it, they did the switcheroony. Her sister at the time was kissing her boyfriend, but he had thought that she was Kate at the time, so he thought that she didn't want to see him, so he left, but in turn, it wasn't really her, it was the sister. Oh man, you know what I realize as I'm getting through this is that this is a terrible movie to try to discuss and even critique or analyze, because it's so difficult to really just determine who's who. Anyway, you know what? It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what happens at the end of this movie. All you need to know is that the guys don't care that they were lying. They fell in love with who they were and not who they are or something. It doesn't matter, guys. It really doesn't matter. All these movies are about forgiveness. I forgive you for putting me through these lies, and no one cares about what it is that you really say. As long as you mean what you say, it doesn't. That's the end of the movie, guys. Take it for what it is. It's that. Switched for Christmas. Switched at Christmas. Switched. Get me out of this fucking Hallmark movie. Number 2 movie. Who does number 2 work for? How Sarah got her wings. I almost wanted to say how Stella got her wings back, but this movie was, I don't want to give away any spoilers until we get to the end, but this movie had me. It had me with the concept. It had me up until the very end. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this. We are introduced to Lindsay Gort, who plays our main angel here, Lindsay. Now, Lindsay starts off the movie alive and well and full of life.
Dingo Realty, making dreams come true in the greater Portland area since 2008.
Meryl Streep, Dingo Realty.
Oh, right. Yeah, not that dingo.
She's established as kind of a goody two-shoes, and so as she's kind of doing her thing in the beginning of the movie, she's, you know, helping some of the homeless guys out. One of the homeless guys mentions that, you know, he had lost his dog, so she goes out, tries to find the dog, ends up finding the dog, only to bam, get hit by a bus. This is why I'm telling you guys, sometimes good deeds, they don't go a long way. While she's in heaven, it is told to her that she is not on the guest list in order to get in through the gates of heaven. She's in more of like a purgatory realm, and that's kind of like the waiting room, right? So it's implied that because she is dead, not necessarily an angel quite yet, there must be some sort of business left unfinished back on Earth. So receptionist angel, and apparently we're playing gender politics up here in heaven still.
People have such antiquated gender concepts about angels in management positions.
You're an angel?
Receptionist angel ends up sending her back to Earth and gives her the time frame. What is that time frame?
Management can only give you till Christmas Eve.
Boom, until Christmas Eve to complete a task that would help her to, I guess, get into heaven. Sarah then is sent down to her ex-boyfriend. And while there, her ex-boyfriend Jordan, played by Derek Feller, is the only one that can see her right now. So this is kind of like a ghost situation without Patrick Stewart and without like a really dope sex scene. And without Demi Moore. But let me say that Sarah is able to manage what Patrick Swayze mastered in like weeks of training in a matter of just one try.
You're hearing me. Ooh.
Slams that door shut. Anyway, it's implied that because only Jordan can see Sarah, there must be something with Jordan that she has to help him with. And we find out that Jordan has this dream about opening this bar. It's like a
It would need some work.
It really smells like fish down here.
She tries to help him with this whole situation. During this whole time, though, we find out that Jordan has a girlfriend, Melanie Libbard, who plays Amanda. You know, we see that Jordan continues to talk to Sarah, and because no one else can see Sarah, obviously there's a few instances that he comes off crazy. Jordan's friend lays on the Italian persona quite thick.
I gotta loud it like a 90-year-old. Come on, man. I gotta worry about you? Oh, no, man. I'm just trying some new. This whole seeing your dead ex-girlfriend thing is really starting to freak me out. This is amazing! Come on, why would you think I wouldn't understand?
You know, sees that he's talking to her, and, you know, and it kind of, the movie does explore kind of a situation in the sense of what people think about you after you have died. There's also a scene in which, you know, Jordan's friend, as they're talking about her while she's a ghost in front of him, you know, he starts like saying like how, you know, you were really unhappy, Jordan. What about this? What about that? And
piss off, ghost!
The concepts that is presented in the sense of what people think about you after you've died, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's cool to see a unique concept like this in a Hallmark movie. Anyway, Jordan ends up getting the bar, but in turn, when he gets the bar, he also falls back in love with her as a ghost and attempts to like kiss her again. And because he had been spending so much time trying to acquire this one bar, and because of the time he had been spending with Sarah, it fractures that relationship between him and Amanda. So then she goes back up to heaven on December 24th, and it's found out that, again, she's still not on the list.
Did you see how happy he was? So I guess this means I'm on the list.
Oh.
The whole thing is because she had broken up their relationship, like he's not with her anymore, and like, you know, that's now, I guess her purpose is to try to get them back together.
Things are a little backed up, so management is giving you an extension.
Oh, thank God. Gosh.
But this is it, Sarah. You have to find a way.
Oh my God, this is so much doo-doo. She's now sent back to Earth to try to repair this once again, but it's a year later. And it does another cool, like, kind of twist. Instead of being seen by Jordan, now she's only seen by Amanda, the ex-girlfriend.
Apparently so.
Amanda does find out that Sarah was his ex-girlfriend and finds out that she was the reason why he didn't show up for like her son's recital, and that's why she got all pissed off, and that's why they broke up. You know, eventually at the end of the movie, we figure out that Sarah, from the receptionist angel, that you have the ability to like possess people's minds and use them as a conduit to like speak to other people.
It's called the Angel's Whisper. It's a powerful tool.
So she gives her 1 hour at the end of the entire movie to try to fix everything, right? And, you know, she does this whole possession thing, possesses the friend.
I have to go now.
You know, they do repair the relationship. You know, they end up kissing in front of so many homeless people in the background. It's, should we just like go somewhere else? Is this weird? Gets them back together. She says her goodbyes and gets to heaven. And of course, once in heaven, the receptionist's like, cool, you're there, you're good to go, whatever, Sarah Switzenheimer.
Oh, it's Fitzpatrick with a Z.
And of course, Sarah's like, oh, here we are, guys. This is it. She gets to the gates. Boom, she's on the list. And then realizes, has a sudden epiphany that,
well, angels don't really have, what the heck? Yeah, you got your wings. So,
I don't want to die. Sure, I can't just send myself back.
no, but I can.
the angel receptionist says, I can take care of that. Boom, sends her back to the beginning of the fucking movie before she gets hit by a bus, and the guy that she met within the first 5 minutes who was with the priest that she met saves her, and then she looked at the bus, and then inside the bus is the receptionist woman who sent her back, and then it's like, oh cool, now you're gonna kiss this guy that you barely know. The guy kisses her. Who the hell is this guy? You got this movie, I'm telling you, it had me, the whole situation, it's unique, not really unique in a whole grand scheme of movie sense, but it's unique in the Hallmark sense, and it gets me to that point, and it sells me on this whole angel going back to fix the situations that she had created, a bad time, and then it pulled the rug right underneath me when I was invested in it. You guys, I would much rather a Hallmark movie knows what it is, cheesy, over the top, love, stupid romance kind of thing, rather than lead me down this unique situation that they have painted out, only to just at the end of the movie just like, oh yeah, no, typical Hallmark romance, love plot, kiss a guy, and then it snows. What the fuck just happened? What did I just watch? This is, oh man, this one got me good. Oh yeah, got me. I was right there. I was with you to the end, and then you just do that. I got finagled hard. I got destroyed. That's got to be like one of the last ones you leave me on. This is day 11, and you're gonna do that to me? That was it. That was we reached the end, guys. This is day 11. And I'm so done with this, you guys. I can't even begin to tell you. I mean, I guess I did. I just spent another 17 minutes describing everything that just happened, but that was the movie, guys. I want to thank you once again for staying with me through this journey, for letting me just rant to you guys. We'll be back tomorrow for, thank God Almighty, our last day of our Hallschlock Christmas, guys. I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, good riddance, we'll see you tomorrow. Jiminy Jillikers.